lot of nerve. Crolister, the master opponent. Hi guys, Crolister here with this week's How to Freehand Draw Character video for the Super Smash Bros. Series. This week, I'll do Zero Suit Samus from Metroid. Same as usual, I will be using my amiibo as a reference while I'm drawing the picture, so there'll be some parts where I pause intermittently. Not as much as some other characters, though. We're going to start with the curve for the hair, followed by a long side piece. We're going to do an ear there. Then do the rest of her head. Check the size and proportions to the canvas, because I prefer to do it with normal canvas size. Nose. No lipstick needed for the mouth. And on her left, your right side, underneath her cheek, she has a beauty mark. Alright, then, I'll do the eye sockets now. Some lashes. Eyebrows. Other side of her hair. Do the top of her head. You can add some curves at the front of it for more detail if you like. Then we're going to draw her bombshell, or ponytail, whichever you want to call it, on the back. Alright, then we're going to draw a shape for the collar of her uniform. Then, I'll do her left arm. In Super Smash Bros., starting with for 3DS and Wii U, she has a different design than the Zero Suit does in other games, including the official Metroid series. I'm drawing the for 3DS and Wii U design because that's the design they use in the Ultimate as well, and the design that's on the amiibo. She's got these black wrist cups for some reason. And in this design, the dark blue segments of her arms are only on the backs of her hands, as opposed to on the, arm. So, red circle of some kind with some sort of detail if you want to add that part as well on the back of the hand. Then we're going to shape her torso. Followed by her right arm. We're going to have her hold her emergency pistol as well, obviously. I'm just looking at real good on the amiibo. We're gonna draw it like this. In this design, the underside of the chamber part of the pistol has what looks like a laser pointer as well underneath, kind of like Fox's blaster. Of course, in Super Smash Bros., the emergency pistol can also utilize a plasma whip, which I'm pretty sure they use specifically in Super Smash Bros. Has she ever used the plasma whip in any actual Metroid game? Not that I know. Though I haven't played any of the Prime games. So, yeah. Alright, now we're gonna do her legs. Then we're gonna do the cuff parts of her, quote, jet boots, which, like the whip part of her pistol, are a detail they added specially for Super Smash Bros., especially for 3DS and Wii U, where they had to separate her from Power Suit Samus because the 3DS couldn't handle transforming characters. Same as with Zelda and Sheik. And they gave her jet boots so that she could have an actual third jump for a recovery move, and even some different attacks that might make her a bit more viable in comparison, I guess, if that's what they want to call it, to what she was like in Brawl. Or maybe they threw that in just to serve as an excuse to make her wear high heels. And if that's true, shame on you, Sakurai and Smash Team. Shame. Trying to make the detail look a little bit more scale. The body shape of Zero Suit Samus is not hard to draw. It's the detail on her outfit that gets a little tricky. Same as with pretty much any other humanoid character in the series. Once I color it, it'll look better. I'm gonna refine the leg cups where the jet boots began going down in the final picture as well, to make it look a little bit more like what it looks like on the amiibo. That's what they'd look like on the frontal. The black parts. Alright, so there's, full body draw without the detail on the Zero Suit, which I'm about to add. In her original depiction from Zero Mission, which was used in Brawl, the design is a little bit less complicated than what they made it look like in for 3DS and Wii U, which they might have done to help make it look more visually appealing, to stand out a little bit better, and to make up for the high heel part. That's just a joke, you understand. On the legs, the navy blue parts go around just below the bottom of her knees and around the thighs, like this. There's also some navy blue parts on her torso going around her back, which, if you look all around her, resembles a vest, kind of. I'll show you what I mean after I make the picture. They go around, those. And behind her shoulders. And then, on her left side, she has a red and black spot that has some red lines going around it on the side. That's not what it actually is, what I just drew. I'll fix that in the final picture. It's like lines with spokes on it going around on the right side of that random light she has there. I'm gonna go ahead and color right now. The Zero Suit should be a really, light shade of cerulean, like the one I'm using. Like I said, I'm gonna fix that part in the final picture. Along the lines of that for the coloring. We're still not done with detail on the Zero Suit here. There should be a pair of lines going down her torso, down to her, down to there. That'll do, I'd say. I refined the those parts of the jet boots to look a little bit more like they do on the amiibo. They're just like clusters of ovals and stuff around the strap, basically. Little detail on the collar there. Now we're gonna do her eyes, which I think are green. And I fix the detail around the spot on her side, making it look more like what it actually does. And if you want to draw a back view, this is what the back of her Zero Suit kind of looks like. She has that spot pattern on the back and a vest-like pattern with the navy blue segments. Here's the final picture. This will go up on my DeviantArt as The Bounty Hunter Exposed, which is a fitting title. I am a pretty big fan of classic Metroid, as some of you may already know, so the fact that they made classic Samus become Zero Suit Samus after her final smash and brawl, and then making her be separate in the latter games, pretty nice touch. Even though she is the same character, she does have a radically different moveset and playstyle. And I like that. It helps make it seem like Metroid has more reps, even though Metroid, though highly popular, is kind of hard to get characters from its franchise into Smash fighters, which I think was mainly the reason why they went ahead and let Ridley become a playable fighter in Ultimate. I mean, why else? So yeah, there's Zero Suit Samus in my style. Awesome character. Hope you enjoyed this interpretation. Consider subscribing, or at least checking out my channel if you like any of the franchises I have listed here, because I do play and talk about them a lot, and want to keep doing so for my channel. I am a hobbyist artist that makes a lot of fan art of different game characters and franchises that I like, and will occasionally come out with a let's play of mostly retro games I have that I feel like are worth playing for sport on my channel. I do have quite a lot in mind, so consider checking me out if you are interested. I can take requests for any character you want me to draw, as long as it's a video game character, even outside of Smash, if you like. Otherwise, I'll come out with more Smash characters weekly, as I've been doing. So with that's going to wrap up this video. I am Crolister, Master of Ponage. Thanks for watching, stay tuned for more, and I'll see you on my next upload, whatever it might be.